Hi everyone, hope you are doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, Rigathi Gachagua, who also happened to be William Samoei Ruto's running mate in this election, had a case with asset recovery agents. And today, the court has made a ruling. In that ruling, Rigathi Gachagua has lost about 202 million Kenyan shillings to the state after the High Court ruled that the money held in 4 accounts at Rafiki Microfinance is proceeds of corruption. And after this ruling, Rigathi Gachagua has reacted. And according to Rigathi Gachagua, he is now shifting the blame to President Uhuru Kenyatta, other than explaining to Kenyans about the whole issue with corruption and the 202 million shillings that was held in his account. Now he is shifting the blame to President Uhuru Kenyatta. Listen to him shortly, and after this we are going to continue with this conversation.
Mimi wanajaribu kunihangaisha. Walinishitaki, wakaniweka polisi, wakanifungia. Leo wanataka kuninyang'anya pesa yangu. Mimi naambia Uhuru Kenyatta, pesa chukua. Mimi nikizaliwa nilikuja hii dunia bila chochote, nikiondoka nitaondoka bila chochote. Na hata ukininyang'anya pesa, hata ukinifunga, mimi na watu ya Mount Kenya hatuwezi wachana na William Samoei Ruto. Tutang'ang'ana na wewe na watu yako mpaka huyu William Ruto aingie State House. Tumekubaliana?
Now, Pauline Njoroge is asking a question here just in reaction to Rigathi Gachagua's remarks, that how comes you want to shift the blame of corruption you have been involved yourself in to President Uhuru Kenyatta, when we know that the same court that is ruling that the money Gachagua has is for corruption is the same court that nullified President Uhuru Kenyatta's election in 2017. So if Uhuru had control over the judiciary, how was this election nullified? The same court that flooded Uhuru's BBI, and we understand they celebrated this. How comes the president is now controlling it? The same court that they instead the fired Kenyatta University Vice Chancellor. How comes Gachagua is now putting the blame on the president when we know the president had a different idea from all these things that happened? President needed BBI. The president believed that he won election in 2017. The president fired the Kenyatta University Vice Chancellor, but the court has reinstated. How come that this time around he's putting the blame on the same president who has lost several cases in the same court? So in simple terms, according to Pauline Njoroge, isn't the Gachagua just lying to Kenyans instead of asking for forgiveness for being involved in corruption scandals, or even just resigning from being William Ruto's running mate before we go to this election? Now, we are continuing with the final discussion, but just a quick request. You might be watching this channel, but you are not yet subscribed, so my humble request, please consider subscribing so that another time, once we release a video like this one, you will always get notified. Again, to all our channel subscribers and anyone who drop comment, I must say thank you so much for your unconditional support. Again, I'm requesting you to give this video a thumbs up so that YouTube can recommend our videos to more viewers. Back to our discussion. Now, this is not the first time Rigathi Gachagua is putting the blame that he has faced to do with corruption on President Uhuru Kenyatta. Even during the deputy presidential debate, Gachagua went further to blame the president on the case of corruption he has been facing. But then why is Gachagua finding it easy to use the corruption case he has been facing to tag in the name of President Uhuru Kenyatta? Why? Gachagua is finding himself in an awkward situation at a time when he is a running mate to William Samoei Ruto. And so Gachagua is just looking for a scapegoat He wants to mislead Kenyans that the whole case has been facing is all about the politics in this country. That some individuals are fighting him because of his political position. But we understand that the court in this country, they have made so many rulings against the wish of President Uhuru Kenyatta, and Uhuru had no option but just to accept the court ruling. William Ruto came out to celebrate when BBI was nullified, and he said it is God who has done it. It's the question we are asking today. Is it the same God who William Samoei Ruto glorified when BBI was nullified that is again working today when the court is finding out that Rigathi Gachagua involved himself on corruption cases? The money was frozen. Now it is time they said to recover this money, because now the court has ruled that indeed Gachagua involved in corruption process. Isn't it the same God? The same court that ruled against Uhuru Kenyatta victory in 2017 is the one ruling this. So the truth of the matter is that Rigathi Gachagua is just trying to divert the attention of Kenyans on the case that is facing as of now, on the verdict of the court. Because now, you know what Kenyans are going to face on this election is a running mate for William Ruto, who has involved himself in corruption, and the court has spoken to this issue. They have found him guilty, and the money is being recovered by the state. And by the way, he has even appealed the case. So on the ballot, you have a running mate who has been found to be involved in corruption by the court. And then on the other hand, you have Martha Karua. This is the scenario we are going to have in this election. So Gachagua is just looking for an scapegoat to divert the attention of Kenyans rather than focusing on knowing the kind of running mate Railaodinga has and William Samoei Ruto has in this election. And this is an advantage even to the Azimio side. Now it is time to decampaign Rigathi Gachagua, a man who has been found to be guilty, when he was saying that it is the president who is fighting him. Today the court has spoken. It is not the president. It is true. He was involved in corruption issues. That's why the court has ruled. So, and you know, when Gachagua was speaking about this issue, maybe he was thinking that the case will go on until after election is when the ruling will come. But unfortunately, it has come a little bit earlier, just few days to the next general election. So it is no longer Uhuru Kenyatta. This is the court which has its own independent mind. The court that have been ruling without interference from the executive. And if this is Rigathi Gachagua speaking in front of William Samoei Ruto, people who have been saying that they are going to allow the court to have their freedom and make independent ruling, then they come out and speak like this, then you should be worried about one thing. There will be no judicial independence in case Rigathi and William Ruto get to power. They will make sure that they are using every means possible within their powers to frustrate the judiciary. Leave alone the issue of saying that, oh, they will be providing enough funds to the judiciary to do their work. In fact, they will suffocate the judiciary even through financial. they won't provide money to judiciary so that they can do their work. They are going to make sure that they are frustrating the judiciary so that they can compromise them. Because Ruto should have not allowed Rigathi Gachagua to speak in his rally like this. But because they are playing politics, you see Ruto is laughing when Gachagua ako busy anajitetea mbele ya wananchi akitumia njia ya uongo. So I want to tell the people of Mount Kenya that it is Uhuru who is fighting him. But I think it is high time the Mount Kenya region people to know where there is the truth. Let them just support William Samoei Ruto if they want, knowingly that he has a running mate who has involved himself in corruption and the court have ruled. They should know that. Or make a decision not to involve with someone, not to vote for someone who has involved himself in corruption. Because now, the same behavior will be transferred to the deputy president office. Itakuwa huko annex. Itakuwa Karen. And it will be everywhere where Rigathi Gachagua will have influence in the next government in case they get elected. So if you're looking for people to fight corruption, then you have people who come and defend themselves even when they have been found guilty. Tell me how you can trust the same people to deal with the issue of corruption head on in this government and stop the kind of corruption we are facing in this country. Looting is happening left, right, center. It has caused Kenyans to face very hard life in this country. People can't afford even, basic commodities. Even healthcare has become unaffordable. You get to the hospital, there's no medicine. So will these two fight corruption when they are here even criticizing something that they should take serious? They should be apologizing to Kenyans. Will they really fight corruption, or these two can glorify corruption? That is the question the electorate should be asking themselves. So in this election, you have to make a decision. Are you going to vote for the people wanasema they are young na hii nyingine ni kadi ya wazee? What they don't know is that Uhuru became the president of the Republic of Kenya when he was more younger than William Samoei Ruto. What Gachagua should also know is that William Ruto became the deputy president of the Republic of Kenya when he was even more younger than him. And they should know that Musalia Mudavadi was at once vice president of the Republic of Kenya when he was even more younger than William Samoei Ruto. So if it is the issue of having youthful leadership in this country, we have gone through it. We know what they can do. We have tested both. So there is nothing like having young leadership in this country. We have gone through it. We have had all the people leading this country. We have seen what they can also do. So the truth of the matter, on ballot, we have people who have questionable character as far as corruption is concerned, and it is now emerging clear that they cannot fight corruption because on how they are responding to the verdict of the court as far as corruption process is concerned in this country. Thank you so much for listening to me up to this far. May good God bless you. Let us meet in the comment section. I know there are several videos that have not responded to the comments. So I will but I will get time to go through them.